Hi there, Hayden Merrill with Nanaimo Hearing Clinic and your weekly soundbite. Number one, I want to say I didn't do it. Yes, I recently went to Quebec, but no, I did not bring back the weather that we're having here on the West Coast. I did bring back something though, and that's a real appreciation for the ah effect. What do I mean? Well, number one, my wife, Sheila, and I, who runs the clinic here with me, we had an opportunity to go to Quebec on a business trip. And it's been quite a while since I've been there. And I really enjoyed the experience. The food, so many different places to eat, so many interesting foods. Even the French toast at the hotel we were staying with was so unlike anything I have ever experienced with regards to French toast. The sights, all the old buildings, and being there right on the St. Lawrence River and watching the ice flows go by, and people paddling in the ice flows, and ferries in the ice flow, watching the tide affect it going back and forth. The culture, the ice hotel that we got to experience. We were there at the time of the annual Carnival, and got to see the famous Bonhomme, which I was unaware of until I went there, the mascot that was parading around. Fascinating place, very interesting, and I'd love to go back sometime. However, all the signage is in French. Most of the people are speaking French, and there's nothing wrong with that except I'm not bilingual, and that is a problem, especially if I'm going to visit a place like Quebec. And it's only a problem for me, of course, not for most other people. So I would find that as I was moving around town, trying to figure out where to go, looking at all these words and names that are slowly starting to make some sense, but for the most part, kind of all look the same. So I'm having to use this mental effort to try and figure things out and figure out where I am and where I want to be, and just kind of look at the major landmarks and so on. And then when I try to talk to people, initially my mind is scrambling, trying to understand what's being said, and I'm starting to recognize a few things here and there, but again, the effort that it takes for me. And I remember one time in particular, Sheila and I were walking around, and a family stopped us, and they were looking for direction. And they started off the conversation in French, and they got several sentences into it, and they must have seen the glazed look over my eyes, and maybe we mentioned maybe we used our English words a little bit, and all of a sudden they said, "Oh, English?" And as soon as they started, they were bilingual, they could speak English, and as soon as they started off into my mother tongue, I just felt the effect. I could relax and just absorb the conversation, respond to them appropriately, help them, and give them direction, because we knew the area a little bit more by that time, and specifically what they were looking for. And to be fair, I really did find so many of the folks there very accommodating. Most people that we ran into were bilingual, and were very quick to accommodate me in my handicap. But the awe effect, when communication is difficult and someone or something does something to make it easier, it's such a relief. So what's the big takeaway? Well, I'm glad and proud to be in an industry where I get to provide other folks with the awe effect, at least to some degree. Maybe not perfectly, but working to help people improve their hearing. For some, it's magical. For some, it's some degree of better. But I hope that I get to help people experience more ahs and less huhs in their life. Hope you have a great day. And again, I didn't do it. I didn't bring back the snow.